Hey, today we're going to join a huge crowd of people following Jesus.
Again?
He sees their hurts and pains and cares for them in many ways.
Still today.
He leads them to a mountain. Let's climb the mountain.
There's many ways to climb. You can use your hiking wheelchair. You can use your rope.
Boom. You can
Get the screen.
You can do it by yourself. Just climb it.
Or climb with the friend. All right, let's
go.
go.
Let's go. Oh yeah, we made it. Let's
Find
go find
a seat, guys. Now, close your eyes and imagine you're on the mountain. Get your binoculars and look all around, and you're going to be looking at Jesus talking to all the people.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right on, right on. In Jesus' time. Mm-hmm. Well, people believe that mountains were holy and special places to be with God. Maybe because they reach up high into the sky. Won't you kids go ahead and see how far you can reach up into the sky?
The mountains go high in the sky, so people thought they were holy places because they were like reaching towards heaven.
That's right. Jesus told them about God's kingdom on this mountain. You can think of a kingdom as the way the world works or is set up. In
like
God's kingdom, there is abundance. More than enough honor, food, money, love, power, and resources for every human being on the face of this earth.
To thrive. Yes.
That's right.
So, in the Bible, in Matthew 5, verse 4, Jesus says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted."
There were people in Jesus' time, just like today, who were taught that crying was a shameful thing to do. That mourning showed weakness and was too vulnerable.
Yes. Many of the rich and the powerful people, they spent their time trying not to cry because they thought only sissies and babies would cry. So they focused on gathering money and control to feel strong and unshakable. Yeah. I'm not going to cry. So they would make fun and laugh at people who cried.
Oh boy. Well, in this promise, what we're talking about, Jesus speaks to people who mourn or cry, and he praises them. Why do you think he did this?
I don't know.
Well, I bet everyone has cried before. I know I have. Why do you think people cry?
I think people cry when they're sad.
I think crying shows that we're alive, that we're feeling. We feel our emotions. Shows that we're brave sometimes. Crying shows that we're willing to feel pain, that our own and someone else's pain.
Maybe we're sad with our friend because they're sad.
That's right. So
it's better to do that than to try to block out all the pain away from you and just block it out and pretend it's not there, because that's not healthy.
That's right. Tears and crying are important, especially when what makes us cry is painful or hard to hold. It's also a beautiful way we connect with God.
Yes, it is. Did you know that God cries too? And that Jesus cried during his time on earth? God cries for everyone. God's heart is wide and it holds the pain of everyone hurting throughout the whole world. And God holds that. And when we cry, it's a way of sharing in God's heart.
Yeah. Jesus promises here that God will comfort us when we cry.
And Jesus promised God would bring comfort and he would make things right for all the people listening who couldn't provide for their needs, no matter how hard they tried.
Man.
And maybe they were told they didn't belong because of who they were, or because of what they've done, or because of all their struggles and the way the world is set up to tax all their money and make them feel broke and sad. And that would make them cry even more.
Absolutely. One way that God brings comfort is through you.
And you.
And you.
And you.
And I invite you right now to hold your hands out like this, palms up. And what this signifies that we're ready to receive something. And when you offer your hand or loving words, especially to someone who is sad, you are God's comfort to that person. Crying together and being vulnerable always helps us to belong with each other. And it brings us close to God.
Yeah. So I think part of being blessed when we mourn is that when we mourn and when we're sad with each other, it gives us a chance to comfort each other and hold space and become closer, and God is in all of that.
That's right. In John 11:35, it says, Jesus wept.
So if Jesus cries, we can cry. And
That's right.
He's always with us, and He loves us.
That's right.
And we love you.
Bye.